Where the river ends, the river ran quietly through the town of Hallam, carrying the reflections of the clouds like memories drifting toward the sea. At the edge of the water stood a small wooden pier, and that was where Clara and Evan always met. They had fallen in love one summer when the river ran high and wild. She was an artist, sketching the flow of water and light. He was a musician, playing guitar by the docks for coins and smiles. Their connection was effortless, the kind of love that felt like breathing. They spent their days chasing sunsets and their nights dreaming of forever. But as seasons passed, their dreams began to drift in different directions. Clara wanted to leave the small town to study art in the city. Evan wanted to stay to open a small music studio by the river. At first, they promised to make it work. Love, they said, could cross any distance. But love, like the river, changes shape with time. Letters became shorter, calls came less often. When she returned home for visits, they laughed, but something lingered unsaid. They had become visitors in each other's lives. One evening, as the sun bled into the horizon, Clara met Evan by the pier once more. The air smelled like rain, and the water was still. He looked at her, holding his old guitar. "You came," he said softly. "I always come," she replied, but her voice was tired. They stood in silence for a while, listening to the soft ripples on the surface. "I got accepted to Paris," she finally said. "It's what I've always dreamed of." He smiled, but his eyes dimmed. "That's amazing, Clara. I thought I'd feel happy," she whispered. "But I feel like I'm losing something I can't get back." Evan set the guitar down and stepped closer. "Maybe we were never meant to last forever," he said, his voice trembling. "Maybe we're just meant to teach each other how to begin." Her eyes filled with tears. "And what if I don't want to let go?" He brushed a strand of hair from her face, then held on to what was good. "But don't stop yourself from finding what's next." A breeze swept across the water. The first drops of rain fell, gentle and cold. Evan picked up his guitar and played their favorite song, the one he wrote the day they met. The melody floated through the rain, fragile but beautiful. When he finished, they stood there, hand in hand, saying nothing. Finally, Claire stepped back. "Goodbye, Evan," he nodded. "Goodbye, Clara." She turned and walked away, her footsteps fading into the sound of rain. He stayed on the pier, watching her until she disappeared from view. The next morning, the river carried fallen petals downstream. Her easel was gone from the bank, his music stand empty. But in the quiet of dawn, their laughter still seemed to echo faintly across the water. Years later, Clara stood on a bridge in Paris, sketching the same. In her notebook was an old drawing of a boy with a guitar by a river. She smiled softly, closed the book, and whispered, "Thank you. Sometimes love doesn't last forever, but it leaves you with something that does." Moral of the story: not all love stories end with staying together. Some end with letting go, so both hearts can grow.